Ladies and gentlemen, your official introductions. First, the fighter standing in the blue corner. This fighter is 27 years of age. He stands 5 feet 11 inches tall, weighted at 73.5 kilograms. His record of 2 wins, no losses, 1 draw. 1 win by way of submission. Fighting out of Norway, Samir Zahirovic. And across the cage in the red corner. This fighter is 23 years of age. He stands 6 feet tall, weighted at 75.8 kilograms. A record of 3 wins, 1 loss, and no draws. Fighting out of Hyde, Brett Street Jacket Venables.
All the way from Norway, opposite Hyde MMA's Brett Venables, who coming off a win in November.
Yep, fairly similar records, 2-1 against 3-1-0. And similar experience.
Ironically, as well, Aaron, despite it being a welterweight contest, both fighters weighing in massively under.
Yeah. Oh, nice takedown from the Norwegian. Half guard position. I think this is a great position for ground and pound. If you can control the underhook, it leaves yourself open to put in some big power shots whilst locking the hips down.
Brett's not lying there, though. He is trying to recover.
He's got to.
Well, yes, very true. But he moves into full mount here.
And he's given his back. No, back into mount. Good work.
Yeah, he's trying to tie Samir up. Samir looking to drop bombs. He's avoided all of those, though.
Yeah, I spoke to Samir earlier on. He was a very confident individual. Big shots.
Yeah, he basically from the way
Oh, he's way too high up.
And he shakes him off.
But straight up, I tell you what, he's no can.
No, absolutely not. Brett's having a difficult time of it at the moment, but his defence has been pretty good so far.
Yeah. Venables was looking for that guillotine. It's hard to finish from half guard.
He is cranking it. He's out now, though.
Yeah.
And Samir back into half guard again, looking to rain the shots.
Certainly, he's got to watch that elbow from that position, though. He's putting some pressure on.
Yeah, the referee's having a good look at it there. You can't slam down from the elbow point.
Yeah, it's a fine line. You can put the pressure on, you can put the elbow on the face and lean on it, but what you can't do is lift it up, get some space, and then drive the elbow back down.
Correct. Slowed down a little bit now towards the midway point of the first round. Obviously, a bit of a wild start. Brett's doing a very good job here. He's tied one leg up, although he's opened his guard there, and he's not taking any damage from the bottom.
He isn't, but he's still on the bottom, and you know, if you're a judge, you're going to be looking at this. The guy on top, who's the guy who's even chopping in little shots, is the guy who's probably going to see the decision. A couple of big shots in again. And Samir doing a good job from on top. He's keeping Venables there. Nothing too heavy, but enough to make sure he wins the round. Couple of hammer fists going on. Venables fans getting very enthusiastic. And Venables out of that position. That's what he needed so late on.
Absolutely,
Big
and lands a knee. He looks the fresher of the two, funnily enough.
He does, but a couple of big shots came back from Samir.
Samir's very, very tired, or at least he looks it and eats a good right hand from Venables. Instantly shoots in again.
Yeah.
Doesn't look to
Venables didn't do a good job of defending that shoot. He had the opportunity then, and instead he let himself get turned against the cage. He should have sprawled them hips out, could have defended that. So another takedown going towards the Norwegian character, and the Norwegian fighter, I think, definitely won that round.
Absolutely, 10-9 to Samir. A very action-packed first round.
10-7.
Not on this show.
The corners away. Taking a little longer to rid the cage of the Hyde corner team. They have created their own canal inside though with water.
Not to worry. Give both fighters an additional 10 seconds, but just trying to dry up the water that was poured over Brett during
with
the
a towel, he'll need a bloody heat wave.
Mark just making sure that all the water's gone. And here we go.
Cage door is shut. Mark Woodard, our referee, gets the action underway. Both fighters in good condition.
Yep. I would say Brett does look the fresher of the two. Samir's he's breathing heavy a little bit, but
he did a little bit more work though in the
absolutely.
first round.
I was just
nice right hand.
Oh, good right hand from Brett there on the entrance, and I think Samir's stunned.
Certainly, he's recovered.
He's going for the guillotine. It's a straight in.
He's got the
tight.
guard.
This is tight.
This is where a fight finishing position. I think it's slipping out though. You're starting to see the back of the head now. This is coming out. He's losing it.
He's out there, yes. And Samir will end up on top.
Good attempt. Get you an advantage in BJJ. Don't get you anything in MMA.
No, absolutely. Brett, though, landed a good right hand on Samir's entry.
Yeah, Samir had already landed one, so it was kind of one each. A couple of big shots going in from Samir on top.
Brett looking to work actively from his guard, which is good signs. He's going to need, if he gets pushed up against the fence, he's going to need to be moving.
Samir needs to be working that leg, passing into side control. It's not an ideal position to be working when you're on the end of almost a... I mean, the legs are straight. You should be passing it straight. When the legs are pushed out like that, you should just be pushing them to one side and pass.
Brett back to his feet and absolutely ragdoll Samir, who does look exceptionally tired.
Big, strong whizzer.
Good knees from Samir.
Yeah, but Samir's holding the cage there.
Very, very good job by Mark Woodard here.
That was the only thing keeping Samir up, was holding on to the
cage. Very, very good job. And Brett now looking to rain bombs.
Yep, Samir holding the cage again.
Just need to watch the up kicks. Good left hand from Venables. As he now passes into Mount.
He's got the rear naked choke on here, you know.
He just needs to get his hooks in. He's very high and he's going to slip off.
He's lost it.
And Samir back on top. He's very, very tired.
Yep. I think this has been the downfall of Samir in this round so far, is that he is tired. He's clearly exhausted. He's not been able to mount a decent offence in this round. Yeah,
I mean, a couple of takedowns has been met by very good defence and a couple of submission attempts from Brett. It'd be interesting to see how it goes on the judges this round, especially with Brett.
I'd definitely put it toward, where we stand at the moment. I think it's a round apiece. I think, Zahirovic won the first round. Venables is definitely winning this round, although giving you back like this is probably not ideal.
Yeah, I completely agree with that.
I think he's realised his mistake.
And he is landing little shots, but they're all landing. Samir doesn't seem to be mounting any defence, albeit in the top position.
If you're in top position now, you should be the guy attacking.
Absolutely. A couple of shots to the body.
Venables looking for that Kimura. Difficult to finish in that position.
If he drives here, he could get the takedown of himself.
Samir needs to be sprawling those hips back a bit. He's going to get reversed if he's not careful. Venables will drag that knee in.
Yeah, I think if Brett drives here, he might get it before the end of the round. I think he's content just to see the round out.
So, interesting round. I would probably give it to Venables, but, the end of that round was definitely going towards Zahirovic, and the problem you get there is that sometimes judges, they remember the last bits.
Absolutely, I was just about to say the same. Yeah, very good sort of opening 2 minutes from Brett. As I said, Samir closed strongly. It'd be interesting to see what the third round brings. Bit quicker during the interval this time as we enter into the third round of this fight.
I think this is anybody's fight at this moment. This third round could really be the decider. I could see it being first round to the Norwegian and then Venables clinching that second round. So,
touch of gloves. Samir looking to close the distance early. Big sigh before he made that entry.
It's a low blow.
It did look like a low blow.
It was definitely a low blow.
It did look like it landed from our position, Aaron. Venables saying that it landed in the midriff.
It looked like a low blow to me. I mean, it's a bit difficult. If you're outside the cage, it happens in a fraction. But, these things happen. I very much doubt his intention was to go out and knee low.
Venables' corner getting a little bit rowdy over the other side of the cage. Thought he'd got the knockdown and evidently the finish, but Samir's allowed 5 minutes here to recover. As we said, Aaron, very, very clear nut shot.
It looked like it from here. you know, the video may show that actually we're all idiots and none of us saw what actually happened, you know.
It didn't look like Samir was looking for a way out in any way, shape or form. It did look like it clearly landed.
I think he'll carry on as well. He's,
Oh,
you know, he's
absolutely.
looking like a guy who's, you know, just trying to shake it off and get himself back in there. A groin shot is the only one that you get a full 5 minutes.
He's taking a few deep breaths. Maybe try the jumping squat technique.
Yep.
For them to drop back down.
A dedicated fighter would have them removed.
He's pushed the gum shield in. It looks like he's pushing his testicles back into the box. And looks like we're going to get back to it.
Yeah.
Nice show of respect, touch of gloves, and we're back to the action now. Venables.
To me, it looks like Venables wants to trade.
Yeah, he wants to bang. Oh,
Samir does a nice little turn, used the 100%er to get there.
Just needs to work more on controlling him from this position rather than the first availability, getting the shots in. He's moved to the back.
Samir tried to do some kind of like leg trip thing.
Good knee from Venables, and this is better. He's using his weight, he's controlling Zahirovic.
Big
and
shots these as well.
And he is landing big right hands. Samir, we can see his face here from the action. He is covering up and he's eating these.
Yeah, I just think Samir hasn't been fit enough in this fight, so this
Good
round
knee.
has been really telling.
Absolutely, this is a close fight. This round, well, me and you have it, Aaron, that it would be the decider, and at the moment, Venables is getting the better.
Yeah, and manhandling the Norwegian now.
He is absolutely manhandling. Maybe as we said earlier on, both guys weighed massively under the limit, but maybe the additional 3 pounds that he had is now beginning to show. Big shots again from Venables. And a knee to the
that was
body.
a big knee, that.
It landed, you could hear it. Zahirovic looks like he's basically in survival mode. This is a good performance from Venables thus far.
I mean, there's nothing here that's fight finishing, but it's all stuff that's hard and solid. And the thing is, Samir's not doing anything about it. Although, I say that.
He's literally pushed himself off the cage and into the dominant position.
I don't quite know how that happened, but...
He's getting a warning from Woodard for holding the shorts. And again, he's holding on top, but Brett's just punching him in the face.
Well, I don't think that's necessarily a great technique, but the point is that Samir's not doing anything with his top position. You go back a few seconds before, and when Venables was on top, he took advantage of it. He was delivering big shots. Samir's not doing anything.
Absolutely. I mean, we wouldn't advise punching off our backs, but it's winning in the fight.
I don't think it is. Well, I think what's winning in the fight is Samir not doing anything.
Well,
there you go, he's getting stood up. That, you know, when you're on top in that position after you've just taken a beating, I'd be so annoyed I wanted to give him something back, you know?
Yeah, absolutely agree with you. He's very
tired.
Oh!
That was questionable
it was
knee.
Borderline. It definitely landed, and Zahirovic just took it on the chin and still moving. Maybe have to check the 3-point position afterwards. It doesn't look like it's going to have a massive effect on him as we come
10
towards the
seconds
bell.
left. I think he's done enough in this round, Venables, to take this decision. I expect it'll be 2 rounds to 1.
Yeah, very, very good fight. Very good fight.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 hard rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards. All 3 judges score this bout 29-28 to your winner by way of unanimous decision.